Is it safe to say not if your publicly traded company gets sued, but when?
I would say no. Well,
Okay.
I guess, yeah. I mean, if we're going on to infinity, yes. I don't like that statement as much for D&O as I do for cyber. For
Got it.
cyber, absolutely yes. There's going to be a breach. There's certain companies that are making widgets that have a really long-term earnings history. They have visibility into their future earnings, very consistent stock performance, really should never have a claim. That never say never, and there's always the unforeseeable event in the future. But there are certain companies out there that have a very low risk from a D&O insurance perspective. Those companies have been impacted by the hard market really more than I think they probably should. These are D&O insurance buyers, 30 years, 40 years of buying insurance, no claims, seeing significant increases in premium. And that's tough. I mean, that's tough to explain. And that's where, I think the analytics side does come in to say, okay, you buy, let's just, for example, say it's a $5 billion market cap company, buys $100 million of D&O insurance, and they've increased those limits over the years as the market was soft and pricing was going down every year, increasing limits. And so now we see a 30% increase one year, a 50% increase the next year, and now we're at this year. It is worth taking a step back and saying, that your D&O limits went up from 30 to 50 to 70 to 100 over that 10 or 15 years. Is it still the right decision to buy 100 million? You don't have to. Should you transfer some of that to side A? It's less expensive to buy side A. And just to really have a conversation about retention, limit, and premium, and the T-core conversation. What's the T-core? How is it impacted by lowering limits, raising retention, and how those different levers impact premium? Then we can have a really sort of educated financial conversation about the balance sheet side, because that's what it is. It's a financial risk transfer decision that a public company makes. It's not personal assets. That's a different conversation. But for the balance sheet side, it's a conversation that I think we need to have more informed clients. We have the data, and we just need to present it in smarter ways.